With the help of the Swindon Society, we're stepping back in time to Swindon of yesteryear. We're off to Old Town, to the High Street and Newport Street. Taken around 1890, this is the square in the High Street. This building next to the Old Town Hall has served as a wine merchant's and also a bakery. Although demolished some years ago, the outline can still be seen on the end wall of the old Corn Exchange. Next to this building is the Mason's Arms. This is Newport Street in 1900. We're looking east, and after several fires, the thatched roofs were replaced by slate by the 1920s. The turning to the right led to Swindon Town Station, used by trains of the Midland and South Western Junction Railway. Eventually taken over by British Rail, it closed in the 1960s, and the land now forms part of the Signal Way trading estate. This is number 4, the High Street, around 1910. E. Smith was one of many butcher shops in the area, close to the cattle market. In fact, these premises were once a public house called the King of Prussia, and acquired quite a bad reputation. I'm not quite sure what the environmental health people today would make of meat hanging up outside the shop. Well, now we're in Marlborough Road, a picture of J.B. Britton's blacksmith taken in 1910. A handy location near to the cattle market, still a much-needed trade in 1910 before the motor age. The premises of a veterinary surgeon were also close at hand. It's the 1920s, and this is the Corn Exchange and Town Hall in the square, the centre of the market town of High Swindon. There was once a market cross here, also pillory and stocks. The cattle market was held here on Mondays, but became so large it spilled over into the surrounding streets, before becoming established in Marlborough Road. The site of Swindon's cattle market is now marked by a figure of a Wiltshire ram at the entrance to the estate of houses that's now been built there. Here's a name with a history in Swindon, Scurry's in the High Street in 1950. The building in view facing the square was this mock Tudor building, built in 1924 as a car showroom and garage. Well, here's another of the town's public houses providing a link with the past. The Mason's Arms in the High Street, seen here in 1950. This was the last premises in the High Street, demolished in 1969. The Midland Bank and Townsend solicitors now occupy the offices that stand on this site. And here's another of the town's lost watering holes. This is the Bell and Shoulder of Mutton Inn at number 1 Marlborough Road in 1967. Next door to the Mason's Arms, the building was demolished around the same time. The street nameplates can be seen side by side on the present building. This is Newport Street in 1957. We're looking west. Swindon's first school stood in this street, on the site where a petrol station now stands. The lintel of the school was set on a plinth on the premises, but disappeared a few years ago. The road, of course, has been widened considerably to take today's much increased traffic flow. It's 1960, and we're on the corner of the High Street and Newport Street. It's a view that's changed quite dramatically. Harrison's newsagent has now relocated to the other side of the street, and the Co-op Superstore now occupies this side. It also shows Farrant and Whiteman auctioneers, another business closely related to the cattle market trade. Our final picture, again the High Street and the corner of Newport Street in 1960. This time from a different angle. This was the terminus of the tram service. An enamel plate was displayed on the wall of Gilbert's Furnishers. That's a look back to yesteryear, thanks to the efforts of the Swindon Society continuing to bring us a glimpse of Swindon through the years.